Hey, so today we're going to be talking about the AI in Gran Turismo Sport. Now, this is one of the things that I would really like to see improved when Gran Turismo 7 comes out, dare I say, by the end of the year, maybe, hopefully, possibly. Well, we will just have to see. But Gran Turismo Sport, the AI in offline mode is not that great. So my racing isn't that great as it is. I think it's okay, but we'll just check this out. So I hit him by mistake, but then another guy plows right into me and I go right into the wall. However, I did a freeze frame just so that we could really analyze that cement wall. You could actually see the divots like a real cement wall. The graphics in this game are absolutely amazing. Like, check out that scenery, those mountains. We're talking about the scenery and how great Gran Turismo 7 looks. Just check out how Gran Turismo Sport looks. It looks absolutely amazing. Now, one of the things that everyone is looking forward to is the offline campaign mode. And that's a little bit what we will talk about today. Now, the AI in this game is absolutely horrible, and hopefully that'll be fixed for the campaign mode in Gran Turismo 7. So some of the things that the AI does in this game is they tend to take the same line every single time. If their car is going too fast into a corner, it's almost like if it's a Tesla that takes always the most safest line possible. And why I say that is, if they are going too fast into a corner, they just start braking. They don't care if they're on your left side, if you're on their left side. They don't care if you're on their right side. They are just going to go in front of you, cut you off, like you just seen right there, brake extremely hard, and take the most perfect line possible. No matter what you do, they have absolutely zero human-like skills, which is, if there's a car to the left side, generally speaking, you give them room. If there's a car on the outside, you generally don't go super wide and try to hit them after you come out of that corner. You want to try and not hit the opponents. So this is one of the things that I would really like to see. Now, that was absolutely horrible of a turn on my part. But, as I said, I'm not the greatest racer. I'm practicing for Gran Turismo 7. I really want to become a great racing person. Just great skills at racing. So I'm getting there. I'm practicing. But this is one of my, I'm going to call this practices. Any races I do on Gran Turismo Sport is just all practice. But what we see in this AI is hopefully going to be improving for Gran Turismo 7. And because a lot of people are going to be running campaign mode. And campaign mode looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. You're going to be able to really soup up your cars, make them great. Hopefully that you can bring in your souped up cars to the online mode, so you can hopefully take your campaign mode cars and take them online. That would be a lot of fun, because at that point there's possibly so many different ways of tuning your car and making your car better that you may be able to get an advantage on somebody else, or that somebody else may have found a way of tuning their car differently and better so that they have an advantage on you. Maybe that's what used cars are for. Maybe you can figure out the best way to tune and soup up a car, and you can sell it used for a ridiculous price because maybe nobody else can figure it out. Now, of course, the used car section could just as easily be a simple used car dealership that we've seen on previous versions of Gran Turismo. So don't get your hopes up or hyped up for that. But that's just a possibility. At least in my mind, that's a possibility. And if they were to fix the AI in future in Gran Turismo 7, that's going to make campaign mode a lot better, and then also make it a lot more fun. Now, this was a lot of fun of a race. I'm in 4th place. I was in last, and that's going to be another part of my discussion today. Sorry, Corvette, I just smashed you up. But anyways, the discussion today for now is going to be, maybe they should really start thinking of the AI learning. This is what I mean. They just smash into you. Maybe he's trying to get back to me at smashing into him, but whatever. But having the AI learn how you race so that they can keep it competitive. Because as it sits in Gran Turismo Sport, if you make your car as fast as possible, if you don't know, you can go into your car settings and actually use your mileage points to soup up your car. But if you soup up your car to the max, so right now I'm in an N600 race, and this Mustang has 590 horsepower. So I'm faster than pretty well everything on the track unless they soup it up themselves, which obviously the computer is racing with stock cars. They're really not keeping it competitive. If you soup up your car just a little bit, you have an advantage on everybody else. And I'm hoping that they fix that in Gran Turismo 7. Because if they're able to fix that, that's that Corvette pinging me off the track again, but I did it to him, so I guess it's only fair. But it would be a lot more fun if they made the artificial intelligence learn what you are doing on the track and try to counter what you are doing and race more like a human being. I don't mean make it ridiculously hard to beat. I'm just talking about having them learn how you race to compete against you. But also, if you have a souped up car, maybe have a few more souped up cars on the track controlled by the AI. Because it is fun absolutely destroying everybody on the track, but at the same time, if you're only going to get a competitive race online, then it's not really worth it in my eyes to even have a campaign mode, because it gets to a point where it can take so long to start a race online. So many people drop in and out between races that maybe you just don't want to deal with it one day and you want to race just offline and still have a competitive race. And then you're all set. And if you really watch the beginning of a race, so if you go into the campaign mode that Gran Turismo Sport has, and you go in and you really try to just race, and what you're gonna find is just basically, if you keep on going into the same race, the AI is doing the exact same thing race after race. They're going to be finishing very similarly, usually the same, if not maybe one or two people near the back will be different, depending on if you hit them out and stuff. But they generally finish the same, they generally start the same. But I would also like to see in campaign mode the ability to go in and try to go and do some test laps of the track before you race, and do some qualifying laps before you race, because it's a lot, even though like maybe they stick you at the back in Gran Turismo Sport because the AI sucks and they know it, but being stuck at the back all the time sucks. Being able to start a race in first place maybe and have some good AI to try and challenge you, that would be a lot more fun in my eyes. Anyways, this is my thoughts on this subject. I wonder what your thoughts are. Make sure to comment below with your thoughts, also with your own comments and what you would like to see in the game. Now, this is me pulling up on a Mustang, last lap, straight away. Am I going to win this race? I'm in first. Yes, I win. I hope that you enjoyed. I'll see you guys again next time.